Mind Mastery: How to Train Your Brain for Peak Performance. Introduction. Your brain is capable of remarkable feats, yet many of us only tap into a fraction of its true potential. Every decision, action, and thought you have is a reflection of the wiring and patterns ingrained in your mind. But what if you could unlock more? What if you could harness the full power of your mind, directing it with precision to achieve your highest goals? Peak performance isn't an innate talent. It's the product of intentional training, deep awareness, and relentless discipline. The brain is incredibly malleable, capable of rewiring itself based on the choices you make, the habits you cultivate, and the environment you create for your thoughts to thrive. The good news? You don't need a magical formula or complex method to elevate your mind. What you need is a clear roadmap to train your brain, to shift your mindset, and to master your mental state at will. Every day, you face challenges that test your limits, be it at work, in your personal life, or within yourself. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle often comes down to one thing: mental mastery. It's the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in a way that propels you forward, even when obstacles arise. But this isn't a gift only a select few are born with. It's a skill that can be developed, refined, and put to work for you. Imagine a life where focus is second nature, where stress doesn't derail your progress, and where your resilience in the face of setbacks becomes your greatest strength. This is the reality that comes with training your brain to perform at its highest level, and it begins with understanding how your mind operates, unlocking its potential, and cultivating the habits that lead to sustained excellence. The journey to mental mastery is not one of immediate results. It's a gradual unfolding, a constant refining of your mental and emotional landscape, but the rewards are immeasurable. Peak performance is not just about achieving in one area, it's about creating a life of consistent excellence, a life where you are in control, making intentional choices, and embracing the power of your mind to push boundaries, shatter limitations, and redefine what is possible. Are you ready to take the first step toward mastering your mind? The path to unlocking your brain's peak performance starts now. Chapter 1. The Science of the Mind. The human brain is not merely an organ. It is a complex, dynamic system capable of infinite possibilities. Within the depths of this system lies a profound ability to adapt, learn, and grow. Understanding how the brain works is the key to unlocking its extraordinary potential. In order to perform at our highest level, we must first understand the very mechanism driving our thoughts, behaviors, and actions. Every thought, feeling, and action begins in the brain. The brain processes millions of bits of information every second, constantly creating new connections and pathways. These neural pathways are the foundation of who we are, how we respond to situations, and how we navigate through life. As we experience the world around us, our brain continuously rewires itself in response to our experiences, emotions, and environment. This is the basis of neuroplasticity, the brain's remarkable ability to change and adapt. For years, it was believed that the brain structure was fixed, that once we reached adulthood, the brain could no longer change. However, modern research has debunked this myth. The brain is constantly evolving, shaped not only by our experiences, but also by the conscious choices we make. This means that every thought you have, every habit you form, and every new skill you acquire can actively alter the structure and function of your brain. At the core of this process are neurons, the brain's communication system. Neurons send electrical signals to one another across synapses, creating a network that transmits information throughout the brain and body. The more frequently a certain thought or behavior is repeated, the stronger the neural pathway becomes, solidifying that pattern in the brain. This is why habits are so powerful. They are essentially the result of repeated neural activity, which forms entrenched pathways that become automatic. On the flip side, the brain can also unlearn these patterns, weakening or even eliminating those that no longer serve us. This neuroplasticity is both a blessing and a challenge. It means that no matter where you are in your life, or what limitations you may have faced, your brain has the capacity to grow and adapt. It also means that you have the power to create new pathways, break old habits, and form new ones that serve your goals and aspirations. But this process requires more than just passive acceptance. It demands active, conscious effort. The brain thrives on challenge and repetition, so if you want to reshape your behavior and performance, you must push beyond your comfort zone and stay consistent. The potential for growth lies within you, deep inside the intricate networks of neurons, waiting for the right conditions to flourish. Whether you're seeking to enhance focus, improve emotional resilience, or increase productivity, the foundation is built on an understanding of how the mind works. Once you begin to tap into the science of the brain, you realize that you are not bound by your past patterns, your circumstances, or even the assumptions you once held about your own abilities. It's time to explore how your mind functions, how it processes challenges, and how it can be trained to perform at its peak. As we continue to unravel the science behind your brain's capacity for change, you'll begin to understand how small, intentional shifts in your mindset and behavior can lead to profound results. This knowledge will serve as the launchpad for your transformation, guiding you toward the mastery of your own mind. Chapter 2: Unlocking Your Brain's Potential. The brain is an intricate web of pathways, each one carrying information that shapes how we think, feel, and act. Within its complexity lies untapped potential, a well of cognitive power waiting to be unleashed. However, just like a muscle, the brain's capacity is not always in a state of optimal function. Often, we find ourselves hindered by mental blocks, negative thought patterns, or unconscious limitations. The challenge lies not in the brain's ability to perform, but in the way we allow external and internal factors to limit its potential. One of the most significant factors that restrict cognitive function is stress. Chronic stress, whether from work pressures, personal challenges, or unrelenting demands, can create a cycle of anxiety that hampers our ability to think clearly, make decisions, or process information effectively. Under stress, the brain enters a heightened state of alertness, releasing hormones like cortisol that prepare us for immediate action. While this response is critical in life-threatening situations, when experienced repeatedly or over long periods, it interferes with the brain's higher functions, such as memory, concentration, and emotional regulation. Over time, this stress-induced narrowing of focus can lead to burnout and cognitive exhaustion. Another limiting factor is the influence of ingrained thought patterns. The brain, through years of experience and learning, forms shortcuts, mental maps that help us navigate life quickly. These patterns, while efficient, can also become restrictive. Our perceptions, shaped by past experiences, limit our ability to see new opportunities or take on challenges that seem beyond our capabilities. Whether it's the voice of self-doubt or a set of unhelpful beliefs about what we can or cannot achieve, these mental barriers prevent us from tapping into the full extent of our cognitive potential. Yet the most powerful aspect of the brain is its inherent ability to change. This adaptability is rooted in neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to reorganize and form new neural connections throughout life. The same brain that has been shaped by years of experience, habits, and beliefs can also be reshaped to overcome these very limitations. The key to unlocking your brain's potential lies in the conscious effort to break free from these barriers, whether mental, emotional, or physical, and create new pathways that support growth and transformation. To rewire your brain, it starts with awareness. Recognizing the factors that limit cognitive function is the first step. The brain is not fixed. It is malleable and can evolve, provided that you consciously direct it toward positive change. This process begins with shifting your mindset. By challenging the beliefs and assumptions that hold you back, you create the space for new patterns of thought to emerge. Rewiring the brain involves retraining these mental pathways through consistent practice, patience, and persistence. Visualization is one of the most effective tools in this transformation. Through mental imagery, you can direct the brain's focus and attention to new possibilities, bypassing old, restrictive pathways. By vividly imagining success, achieving your goals, or performing at your peak, you actively engage the neural circuits involved in those outcomes. The brain cannot distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and reality, and in this way, you can begin to reprogram it to align with your desired future. Another crucial aspect of unlocking your brain's potential is cultivating positive habits. The brain thrives on repetition, and the more you engage in behaviors that promote growth, whether it's practicing mindfulness, learning new skills, or focusing on a new challenge, the stronger the neural pathways supporting these behaviors become. As these habits become ingrained, they shape your thinking and actions, gradually replacing outdated, limiting beliefs and mental blocks with more empowering ones. In addition to mental strategies, taking care of your physical health plays a vital role in unlocking cognitive function. Sleep, exercise, and nutrition are not merely optional, but essential for optimal brain performance. Sleep is the brain's reset button, allowing for memory consolidation and neural repair. Exercise, on the other hand, stimulates the production of neurotrophic factors, which encourage the growth of new neurons and improve cognitive function. A balanced diet rich in nutrients supports the brain's ability to function at its highest level, fueling the intricate networks of neurons that power your thoughts and decisions. Finally, fostering an environment of continuous learning is another key element in breaking free from mental limitations. The brain thrives when it is challenged, and exposing it to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences strengthens its ability to adapt and grow. By constantly seeking opportunities to expand your knowledge and skills, you stimulate the brain's neuroplasticity, creating an ever-expanding network of connections that facilitate creativity, problem-solving, and innovation. Rewiring your brain is not an overnight process. It requires intentional, sustained effort, but with each step you take, you break free from the mental barriers that have held you back. The potential for greatness lies within you, waiting to be unlocked. Through consistent effort, the brain can evolve to not only overcome its limitations, but to reach new heights of performance and achievement. The power is within you to change the way you think, the way you live, and the way you perform. The only thing standing between you and that potential is the decision to begin. Chapter 3. The Power of Thought. Thoughts are the architects of our reality, the silent forces that shape the course of our lives. Every action, every decision, every achievement or failure begins in the mind. The mind does not simply react to the world. It interprets, processes, and in many ways creates it. What we think, we become. Whether we are aware of it or not, our thoughts shape how we see ourselves, how we interact with the world, and how we approach our goals. At the core of this dynamic is the fact that the brain is not a passive receiver of external information. It is an active participant in the creation of reality. The mind continuously filters, processes, and reconfigures the world based on the thoughts we hold. What's fascinating is that we are not just limited to the immediate environment, but can alter the trajectory of our lives simply by shifting the lens through which we perceive the world. The power of thought lies in its ability to influence actions. Thoughts direct the brain's focus, which in turn directs the body's responses. A thought of possibility, of a goal to be achieved, triggers the brain's motor pathways, activating the actions required to turn those thoughts into reality. Conversely, Thoughts of limitation, of doubt, or of fear can lead to inaction, hesitation, or self-sabotage. This is why so many individuals find themselves stuck in patterns that seem beyond their control. They are operating within the confines of their thoughts, which have not yet been challenged or reshaped. Consider how an athlete envisions success before a competition. Every move, every technique, every outcome has already been mentally rehearsed long before it happens. The power of visualization is not merely a motivational tool. It is an intrinsic mechanism of the mind, using thought to create a neural blueprint for success. The athlete's mind doesn't distinguish between the imagined and the real, allowing the practice to become just as effective as physical preparation. This is not reserved for athletes alone. It applies to anyone seeking to improve, whether it's a business leader preparing for a presentation or an individual striving for personal growth. Shaping your thoughts is the first step in shaping your success. One of the most effective ways to harness the power of thought is through self-awareness. Being aware of the thoughts you entertain on a daily basis allows you to consciously choose which thoughts to nurture and which ones to discard. When a negative thought arises, instead of allowing it to dictate your behavior, you can interrupt the pattern, challenge its validity, and replace it with one that is more empowering. This requires practice and patience, but over time, the shift becomes more automatic. By doing this, you begin to reprogram the neural pathways in your brain to support a more positive and focused mindset. While thoughts influence actions, they also influence outcomes in ways we often overlook. The brain operates on a feedback loop. What we think influences what we do, and what we do influences how we think. This cycle forms a powerful mechanism of growth or decline. For example, when you approach a task with the thought of success, your behavior will naturally align with that thought. You'll take confident, decisive action, and the outcome will reflect that mindset. In contrast, when doubt or fear colors your thoughts, your behavior becomes cautious, hesitant, and disconnected. The result? The very thought that you cannot succeed becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Shaping your thoughts for enhanced mental performance is not just about adopting positive thinking. It is about learning to guide your mind toward the most productive and beneficial thought patterns for the specific situation at hand. The ability to focus and direct your thoughts enables you to remain clear-headed and calm under pressure, make decisions with precision, and move forward with clarity. This level of mental control requires consistent practice and a deliberate effort to develop the cognitive skills necessary to master your thoughts. One of the most profound methods of shaping thoughts is through intentional focus. In our current age, distractions are ever present, and the mind is continually pulled in various directions. A wandering mind leads to scattered attention, which results in poor execution and diminished outcomes. However, when you learn to direct your thoughts with laser focus, you engage your brain's full cognitive potential. This means tuning out unnecessary noise, filtering distractions, and channeling your energy into the task or goal at hand. The brain thrives on focus, and with each focused thought, you strengthen its capacity to concentrate, solve problems, and generate creative solutions. The power of thought also lies in its capacity to fuel motivation. Thoughts of progress, achievement, and possibility trigger the brain's reward centers, releasing dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with motivation and pleasure. This makes the pursuit of goals not just a mental exercise, but a neurochemical one. By feeding your mind with thoughts of success, you naturally encourage the release of these motivating chemicals, enhancing your ability to persist, to take action, and to keep moving toward your objectives even when faced with obstacles. But mental performance is not merely about thinking positively or visualizing success. It's about developing the mental discipline to choose your thoughts deliberately, to cultivate a mindset that aligns with your goals, and to eliminate the distractions and mental clutter that dilute your focus. Over time, this mental discipline transforms into resilience, the ability to maintain clarity of thought even in the face of setbacks, challenges, and uncertainty. As your thoughts align more closely with your desired outcomes, The path to success becomes clearer, and the actions required to achieve it become second nature. Ultimately, the power of thought is a force that works on both the conscious and subconscious levels. On the surface, it governs our daily decisions and actions. At a deeper level, it shapes our core beliefs and values, influencing everything from our self-esteem to our relationships with others. By becoming aware of the thoughts that shape your behavior and outcomes, you can begin to take control of this force, guiding it toward more powerful and productive paths. As you master your thoughts, you master the power to create the life you want to live, one thought at a time. Chapter 4. Setting the Stage for Success. Success is not a mere result of skill, luck, or opportunity. It is the consequence of creating the right environment that fosters growth, concentration, and clarity. Every successful individual has, at some point, recognized the profound impact that their surroundings, both physical and mental, have on their ability to perform at their highest level. The conditions in which we place ourselves can either propel us forward or hinder our progress, often in subtle ways. The first step in setting the stage for success is understanding that our environment is more than just the space around us. It is the entire ecosystem we interact with: our physical surroundings, the people we engage with, the technologies we use, and the mental states we cultivate. All of these elements converge to influence our focus, motivation, and ultimately, our productivity. An environment conducive to peak mental performance is one that nurtures clarity, eliminates distractions, and encourages deep, focused work. The first step toward creating this environment is reducing clutter, both physical and mental. Physical clutter, whether in your workspace, home, or digital devices, can be a constant reminder of unfinished tasks and distractions, draining your energy and focus. By organizing your physical space, you clear the way for mental clarity. This doesn't mean making everything look perfect, but it's about removing excess that prevents you from staying present and engaged. Your physical surroundings play a pivotal role in your cognitive function. Natural light, a clean workspace, and even the right kind of sound can all make a remarkable difference in how the brain functions. Exposure to natural light, for instance, helps regulate circadian rhythms, boosting alertness and focus. A tidy workspace reduces cognitive load, which is the mental energy required to keep track of unnecessary stimuli. The brain can then allocate more energy to the tasks that truly matter. In a similar way, a quiet environment or one with soothing background sounds can heighten concentration, helping you dive deeper into your work or studies. However, creating the ideal environment for success goes beyond just the physical space. The people you interact with and the culture you immerse yourself in can significantly impact your mindset and productivity. Surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and hold you accountable can elevate your own performance. Their energy and perspective push you to think differently, take risks, and continually strive for excellence. Conversely, being around negativity or those who do not support your vision can detract from your momentum, drawing you into unproductive mindsets. It is critical to build a network of positive influences that encourages growth and resilience. Moreover, the digital landscape in which we operate can either empower or detract from our cognitive capacity. While technology is a tool for efficiency, it can also be a source of constant interruption. Social media notifications, endless emails, and the lure of online distractions can fragment your focus and reduce the quality of your work. Setting boundaries around technology use, such as scheduling specific times to check emails or engaging in digital detoxes, ensures that your mind is not constantly pulled in various directions. By being intentional with your use of technology, you protect your mental energy and direct it toward your most important tasks. Once the environment is structured to support high performance, the next step is optimizing your daily routine. How you structure your day determines the quality of your mental output and your capacity to maintain sustained focus. The brain is not designed for endless hours of high-intensity focus, so the key is balancing periods of deep concentration with restorative breaks. Successful individuals are not simply those who work the longest hours, but those who manage their time and energy wisely. Structuring your day with intentional breaks, whether through short walks, meditation, or even power naps, can refresh your mind and restore cognitive function. Additionally, the start of the day plays a crucial role in setting the tone for everything that follows. The first few hours of your morning determine the rest of your day, making it vital to begin your day with habits that prime your mind for success. Practices such as meditation, journaling, physical exercise, or even a healthy breakfast can establish a foundation of focus and clarity that carries you through the day. These morning rituals signal to your brain that you are in control, ready to tackle challenges with energy and purpose. At the same time, managing energy levels throughout the day is just as important as managing time. Success is not only about having a well-structured schedule, it is also about understanding when your energy is at its peak and scheduling tasks accordingly. The brain operates in cycles, and by working with your natural rhythms, you can enhance your mental output. For instance, many people experience their peak cognitive performance in the morning, making it an ideal time to tackle complex or creative tasks. In contrast, the afternoon may bring a dip in energy, which makes it the perfect time to handle less mentally demanding activities like emails or administrative tasks. In addition to structuring your day around energy cycles, it's essential to recognize that successful individuals prioritize sleep. Rest is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Sleep plays a critical role in memory consolidation, problem solving, and emotional regulation, all of which are vital for peak performance. Establishing a sleep routine that prioritizes rest allows the brain to recharge, refresh, and prepare for the challenges ahead. Lastly, embracing flexibility is key. While a structured environment and well-planned day are vital for success, rigidity can stifle creativity and adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and it is essential to remain open to change. Flexibility allows you to pivot when challenges arise, adjust when necessary, and continue making progress even when the ideal conditions are not in place. It's not about controlling every aspect of your day, but ensuring that the core elements that drive your success are prioritized and protected. Ultimately, setting the stage for success involves creating a nurturing environment that supports your mental and physical well-being. It's about being intentional with your space, your relationships, your technology, and your time. By thoughtfully structuring your day and cultivating habits that support optimal brain function, you not only create an atmosphere conducive to success, but also lay the groundwork for lasting achievement. Chapter 5. The Importance of Focus. In a world brimming with distractions, the ability to focus has become one of the most valuable skills one can possess. Focus is not just a means to complete tasks, but the fundamental key to achieving anything of significance in life. It is the bridge between intention and accomplishment, a silent force that fuels progress in every aspect of life, from personal development to professional success. Focus allows us to direct our mental energy toward what truly matters, cutting through the noise of everyday life. When attention is fragmented, progress is hindered. We become scattered, hopping from one task to the next without ever truly completing or excelling at any of them. In contrast, when we are focused, our energy converges on a single point, enabling us to perform at our highest capacity. It sharpens our thoughts, enhances our creativity, and sharpens our problem-solving skills, allowing us to see opportunities others might miss. The importance of focus extends far beyond merely getting things done. It is directly linked to the quality of the work we produce. When you give your full attention to something, you engage with it at a deeper level. You are more likely to make insightful connections, generate innovative ideas, and refine your approach. On the other hand, divided attention leads to mistakes, miscommunication, and missed chances. Mastering the art of focus means transforming the way you approach every task, ensuring that your efforts are as efficient and effective as possible. To strengthen focus, one must first recognize the impact of habits and environmental factors. The modern world is designed to interrupt. Phones buzz with notifications, emails pile up, and social media platforms demand our attention at every turn. To maintain focus, we must take control of these distractions before they control us. One powerful technique is to eliminate potential distractions before they arise. Silence your phone, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and create a workspace that is free from clutter. By actively shaping your environment, you can foster the conditions needed for deep, uninterrupted focus. In addition to minimizing distractions, it is essential to train the mind to stay centered. Just as the body requires exercise to remain strong, the mind requires regular practice to sustain focus. One effective technique for building mental strength is the practice of mindfulness. By training yourself to be fully present in the moment, whether during work, conversations, or even simple activities like eating, you strengthen your ability to focus. Mindfulness cultivates an awareness of your thoughts, enabling you to redirect your attention whenever it begins to wander. Another critical element in enhancing focus is setting clear, specific goals. The mind is naturally drawn toward clarity. When faced with a vague task or direction, it struggles to maintain attention as it lacks a clear target. However, when you define your goals with precision and detail, your mind has a clear path to follow. This makes it easier to direct your mental energy toward achieving them. Break down larger projects into smaller, manageable tasks and set a clear timeline. This process not only enhances focus but also reduces the feeling of being overwhelmed, as you can concentrate on one step at a time. In the same vein, the importance of prioritizing cannot be overstated. Focus is most powerful when it is applied to the most important tasks. Often people become bogged down by low-priority activities that eat up their time and energy, leaving little for what truly matters. By practicing discernment, you ensure that your attention is allocated to tasks that align with your larger goals and values. Prioritization sharpens focus, allowing you to devote the necessary resources to the actions that will drive real progress. Equally vital is the ability to rest and rejuvenate. The brain, much like any other organ, has its limits. Prolonged periods of intense concentration can lead to mental fatigue, diminishing your ability to focus. Scheduled breaks, particularly those that involve physical movement or time outdoors, can recharge your cognitive energy, allowing you to return to your tasks with a renewed sense of clarity. This cyclical approach to focus, intense work followed by strategic rest, ensures that you are operating at your peak over longer periods of time. Another technique for strengthening focus involves visualization. Visualizing the task at hand, imagining the process and outcome, helps the brain to prepare for what is to come. This mental rehearsal can not only help you stay focused, but also boost your confidence. When you visualize your success, you create a strong connection between your current actions and your desired outcome, making it easier to stay on track and aligned with your goals. To maintain focus during long tasks or when working toward long-term goals, it's crucial to track progress. Small wins, achieved through steady, consistent effort, serve as proof of progress and build momentum. The act of tracking your progress can renew your motivation, providing a visual reminder of how far you've come and how much closer you are to your goal. It reinforces the connection between focused effort and tangible results, which strengthens your ability to keep going when faced with challenges. Ultimately, focus is not just a tool, it is a mindset that must be cultivated and nurtured. By building habits that support concentration, minimizing distractions, and aligning your actions with clear goals, you can harness the full power of focus to achieve your greatest aspirations. The ability to concentrate is within everyone's reach. It simply requires intentional practice, discipline, and the unwavering commitment to maintain attention on what truly matters. Chapter 6. Building Mental Resilience. Life's challenges often feel like insurmountable obstacles. Whether it's personal setbacks, professional failures, or external crises, it can be easy to lose momentum or feel defeated. But in reality, adversity is not just something to survive. It's an opportunity to evolve. Mental resilience is not a trait people are born with, but a skill that can be nurtured through practice. It's about conditioning the mind to respond positively to difficulties, to adapt, and to rise stronger than before. The ability to face difficulties with courage and clarity can set you apart in any arena of life. Mental resilience doesn't come from avoiding stress or conflict. Instead, it is the capacity to confront and navigate these challenges with the right tools and attitude. Just as a muscle grows stronger with resistance, the mind builds resilience through consistent exposure to adversity. This process, however, requires more than just grit. It demands a shift in perspective. The most resilient people aren't those who are unaffected by hardship, but those who use adversity as a springboard for growth. A crucial component of this process is developing a growth mindset. This mindset, when cultivated, can completely transform how you approach difficulties. Instead of viewing failure as a dead end, those with a growth mindset see it as part of the learning journey. Every setback is seen as a lesson, every mistake an opportunity for improvement. With this mindset, the brain becomes wired to embrace challenges, analyze them, and find solutions rather than shrink away in fear. Another aspect of mental resilience is the ability to manage your emotions, especially in high-stress situations. Emotional control doesn't mean suppression, but the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Cultivating emotional intelligence allows you to stay calm under pressure, make better decisions, and maintain your focus. In times of crisis, it is often your emotional resilience that will determine whether you crumble under pressure or rise to the occasion. Mental resilience also involves creating a sense of purpose. When you have a clear understanding of why you are facing a particular challenge or what your ultimate goal is, you can draw strength from that purpose. This purpose acts as a compass, guiding you through moments of doubt and helping you stay grounded. It connects you to your larger vision, making the present struggles feel more meaningful and worthwhile. Moreover, physical well-being plays an integral role in mental resilience. The brain and body are inextricably linked, and taking care of your physical health enhances your ability to cope with stress. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and a nutritious diet all contribute to stronger mental health. Practices like meditation and mindfulness further strengthen resilience by training the brain to stay focused and composed in the face of challenges. Building mental resilience is a continuous process. It involves recognizing that challenges are a part of life, not exceptions, and that we have the power to adapt. The more you practice resilience, through taking calculated risks, learning from failures, maintaining your emotional balance, and staying aligned with your purpose, the stronger and more adept your mind becomes. Ultimately, mental resilience doesn't just help you survive difficult situations, it enables you to thrive despite them, turning adversity into an integral part of your journey toward success. Chapter 7. Embracing mental clarity. The mind is a complex network of thoughts, emotions, and impulses, each vying for attention at any given moment. When surrounded by chaos, whether it's endless distractions, overwhelming responsibilities, or an internal dialogue full of doubts and worries, our ability to think clearly becomes compromised. This mental clutter clouds judgment and dilutes focus, making decision-making a struggle. Yet within the quiet spaces of the mind, clarity resides, ready to be accessed, nurtured, and applied. Mental clarity is not a fleeting state, but a powerful tool that allows you to process information with precision, make informed decisions, and take purposeful actions. When your mind is clear, you operate with a sense of direction, confidence, and calm. This clarity fosters the ability to distinguish between what matters most and what doesn't, allowing you to prioritize and act decisively. Whether in moments of stress, uncertainty, or when faced with a complex choice, the clarity of mind provides a sense of control and insight. To embrace mental clarity, it is essential to understand that it is not something you passively wait for. It is something that requires active cultivation. One of the first steps to clearing mental clutter is to create a structured approach to your thoughts. This process involves acknowledging what's occupying your mind and setting aside distractions that don't contribute to your immediate goals. It is easy to become overwhelmed by the constant influx of information, demands, and expectations, which only serves to deepen the mental fog. By consciously setting boundaries, such as limiting social media use, reducing multitasking, or scheduling regular times for solitude, you allow your mind to declutter and regain focus. Mental clarity thrives in environments that are organized and purposeful. Just as a cluttered desk can lead to a scattered mindset, a cluttered life can drain your mental energy. Simplifying your physical space, clearing away unnecessary objects, organizing tasks, and removing distractions creates an atmosphere conducive to clear thinking. This environment of order allows you to better assess your thoughts, prioritize tasks, and move forward with intent. But clarity is not only achieved externally, it must also be nurtured internally. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and even journaling can significantly enhance mental clarity. These practices allow the mind to become attuned to the present moment, reducing the tendency to ruminate on past mistakes or anxieties about the future. In cultivating mindfulness, you give yourself permission to step back from the mental noise, allowing a more focused, centered perspective to emerge. When the mind is in a state of mindfulness, decision-making becomes less reactive and more intentional. Mental clarity also requires a disciplined approach to decision-making. In the face of overwhelming choices or situations, the first instinct is often to make quick decisions or defer them entirely. But such hasty decisions rarely lead to the best outcomes. Instead, a clear mind takes the time to assess the situation, weigh options thoughtfully, and consider long-term consequences. The ability to pause, assess, and make deliberate choices is an invaluable skill in navigating both simple and complex challenges. Furthermore, clarity in the mind also enhances emotional intelligence, allowing you to separate your immediate feelings from logical reasoning. When emotions are high, clarity can be the anchor that helps you process your feelings without allowing them to distort judgment. It empowers you to make decisions based on your values, objectives, and goals, rather than being swayed by momentary emotions or external pressures. One of the most effective ways to clear mental clutter is to recognize that not every thought requires action. We often allow trivial thoughts to dominate our minds, leaving us mentally drained and unfocused. Learning to detach from unnecessary thoughts and redirect attention back to what truly matters helps keep the mind sharp and the decision-making process clear. This practice of selective focus is an ongoing process. Each time you consciously redirect your attention, you strengthen your ability to stay focused and deliberate. Finally, embracing mental clarity also involves managing your energy effectively. The body and mind are interconnected, and when physical health is compromised, mental clarity suffers. Sleep, nutrition, and exercise are foundational to cognitive function and emotional stability. A well-rested, nourished, and physically active body supports a sharper, more resilient mind. Regular movement and exercise help reduce stress hormones, improve mood, and promote better mental performance. By embracing mental clarity, you open the door to more effective decision-making, enhanced cognitive abilities, and a more fulfilling life. The journey to mental clarity is not about achieving a state of perpetual calmness or perfection, but rather about creating a sustainable practice of focused awareness. With clarity, you no longer feel lost in a sea of distractions. You move forward with purpose, direction, and confidence, making decisions that are aligned with your values and long-term vision. Chapter 8. Stress and the Brain. Stress is often perceived as a temporary response to external pressure or challenging situations, but its effects on the brain can be profound and long-lasting. While occasional stress is a natural part of life, chronic or unmanaged stress can lead to significant cognitive and emotional consequences. The brain, an organ designed to process and respond to the world around us, becomes a battlefield when overwhelmed by stress. Understanding how stress affects performance and how to mitigate its impact is essential for maintaining peak mental function. The brain's response to stress is rooted in its evolutionary design. When faced with a perceived threat, the brain activates the fight or flight response, releasing hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These chemicals prepare the body to take immediate action, heightening alertness and focus. This response is an invaluable survival mechanism that helped our ancestors navigate danger. However, when stress becomes chronic, these hormones remain elevated for extended periods, leading to detrimental effects on the brain. One of the most significant consequences of long-term stress is its impact on the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory formation and emotional regulation. Prolonged exposure to stress hormones can shrink the hippocampus, impairing memory, learning, and decision-making. This can create a vicious cycle, as individuals under chronic stress may struggle to process information effectively, leading to more stress and further cognitive decline. Moreover, stress can interfere with the brain's ability to manage emotions. The prefrontal cortex, which governs executive functions such as decision-making, problem-solving, and impulse control, becomes less efficient under high stress. As the prefrontal cortex loses its effectiveness, emotional regulation suffers, making individuals more reactive and less able to think clearly in difficult situations. In high-stress environments, people may find themselves overwhelmed by emotions, which can further impair their ability to focus and perform. The amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure in the brain, also plays a key role in processing emotions, particularly fear. In times of stress, the amygdala becomes hyperactive, often triggering an emotional response before the brain has fully processed the situation. This heightened reactivity can cloud judgment, leading to impulsive decisions and a lack of clarity. Over time, excessive activation of the amygdala can result in increased anxiety, irritability, and a constant sense of being on edge. Managing stress effectively is critical to protecting brain health and maintaining peak performance. Recognizing the symptoms of stress, such as irritability, difficulty concentrating, or physical tension, is the first step toward managing it. The more attuned you are to the early signs of stress, the easier it becomes to intervene before it spirals into a more debilitating state. One of the most powerful tools for managing stress is mindfulness. Mindfulness practices, including meditation, deep breathing, and focused attention, allow individuals to break free from the automatic stress response. By focusing on the present moment, mindfulness helps calm the amygdala and strengthens the prefrontal cortex, enabling better emotional regulation and decision-making. In addition, mindfulness reduces the overall levels of cortisol in the body, which can help reverse some of the negative effects of chronic stress on the brain. Exercise is another highly effective strategy for managing stress and protecting brain health. Physical activity reduces stress hormones like cortisol while promoting the release of endorphins, chemicals that elevate mood and create a sense of well-being. Regular exercise not only helps reduce the immediate effects of stress, but also has long-term benefits for brain function, including increased neuroplasticity, which enables the brain to adapt and grow. Even simple activities like walking or stretching can offer significant relief from stress. Nutrition plays an often overlooked role in stress management. A well-balanced diet rich in vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats supports the brain's resilience to stress. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like salmon and walnuts, have been shown to reduce inflammation and protect against the damaging effects of stress. Similarly, foods rich in antioxidants, such as fruits and vegetables, help combat oxidative stress, which can contribute to cognitive decline and emotional instability. Hydration is also crucial, as dehydration can exacerbate feelings of stress and anxiety. Adequate sleep is an essential pillar of stress management. Sleep allows the brain to recover and restore itself after a day's challenges. During sleep, the brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and clears away toxins that accumulate during waking hours. Chronic sleep deprivation can heighten stress levels and impair cognitive function, making it more difficult to manage the demands of daily life. Prioritizing quality sleep not only supports brain health, but also enhances overall resilience to stress. Lastly, creating boundaries is an essential part of managing stress in today's fast-paced world. The constant influx of information, constant connectivity, and overwhelming expectations can all contribute to stress overload. Learning to say no, setting limits on work hours, and taking regular breaks can help reduce the pressure and create space for rest and recovery. Establishing a balanced routine that includes time for relaxation, hobbies, and social connections strengthens mental resilience and reduces stress. Stress is an inevitable part of life, but it does not have to control your performance or well-being. By understanding how stress affects the brain and implementing strategies to manage it, you can protect your cognitive function, enhance emotional regulation, and maintain focus in the face of challenges. The key is to recognize stress early, address it proactively, and prioritize practices that promote brain health and resilience. When you learn to manage stress effectively, you unlock the brain's capacity for peak performance and long-term success. Chapter 9. The Art of Self-Discipline. Self-discipline is often seen as a quality possessed by only a select few, but in reality, it is a skill that can be nurtured and developed by anyone willing to put in the effort. At its core, self-discipline is the ability to control one's thoughts, emotions, and actions to achieve long-term goals, despite the distractions and temptations that may arise in the process. It is the bridge between intention and action, the force that propels individuals from the realm of dreams to the world of tangible results. While motivation can spark the desire to succeed, it is self-discipline that sustains it. Motivation may fluctuate, depending on external circumstances, energy levels, or moods. But discipline is unwavering. It does not rely on fleeting emotions or inspiration. It is a steady commitment to the actions necessary for progress. Building this unwavering commitment requires a deep understanding of the brain's natural inclinations and an ability to align these inclinations with your goals. One of the keys to developing self-discipline lies in the ability to delay gratification. The brain, wired for immediate rewards, often seeks shortcuts or easier paths, even if they contradict long-term objectives. The challenge of self-discipline is to train the mind to resist the pull of instant pleasure and to stay focused on what will deliver greater rewards in the future. By embracing the discomfort of delayed gratification, you strengthen your willpower and train your brain to stay aligned with your long-term vision. An effective way to begin cultivating self-discipline is to start with small, manageable tasks. The brain is more likely to stay committed to tasks that feel achievable, and each success builds confidence and reinforces positive behavior. This process allows individuals to experience a sense of accomplishment, which, in turn, motivates them to take on more significant challenges. As you gradually build your capacity for self-discipline, your brain begins to associate discipline with positive outcomes, creating a feedback loop that enhances motivation and performance. Another vital aspect of self-discipline is the power of habit. Our daily routines are often governed by unconscious patterns of behavior. By intentionally designing these routines to align with our goals, we automate discipline and reduce the mental energy required to stay on track. For instance, setting a fixed time for exercise or dedicating specific hours to focused work ensures that these actions become ingrained in our daily lives, eliminating the need for constant decision-making and the risk of falling into procrastination. Creating an environment conducive to self-discipline is equally crucial. The environment shapes the choices available and influences the behavior of the individual. By eliminating distractions and setting clear boundaries, you minimize opportunities for the brain to indulge in shortcuts or time-wasting habits. This might mean creating a clutter-free workspace, turning off notifications, or setting aside designated time for deep work. The more control you exert over your surroundings, the easier it becomes to focus your energy on the tasks at hand. Self-discipline also requires the ability to monitor and regulate your emotions. It is not uncommon for moments of frustration or failure to arise, particularly when progress seems slow. In these moments, the brain may crave reassurance or comfort, tempting you to abandon your disciplined approach. Developing emotional resilience allows you to continue working toward your goals even when the path is difficult. By learning to reframe challenges as opportunities for growth, you build a mindset that thrives on perseverance rather than succumbing to negative emotions. The role of consistency in building self-discipline cannot be overstated. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about making the right choices consistently over time. Achieving peak performance requires repeated action, day in and day out, even when the external results are not immediately visible. Small, consistent steps compound over time to produce profound changes, and the more frequently you act in alignment with your goals, the stronger your discipline becomes. Persistence plays a critical role in this process. It is easy to give up when faced with setbacks, but the key to mastery is to persist in the face of adversity. Every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen the muscles of discipline. When setbacks occur, rather than viewing them as failures, they should be seen as a natural part of the learning process. Embrace them, learn from them, and continue moving forward. The greatest achievements are often the result of overcoming obstacles and staying the course despite difficulties. As you continue to refine your self-discipline, it is essential to develop a deep sense of purpose. Discipline is not just about resisting temptation or adhering to a routine. It is about staying connected to the bigger picture. When you have a clear understanding of why your goals matter, your commitment to discipline becomes a natural extension of that vision. This sense of purpose will act as a guide, helping you navigate moments of doubt and keeping you on track even when external circumstances make it difficult. Self-discipline is not a trait people are born with, but a skill that can be honed with practice. It requires patience, commitment, and a willingness to face discomfort in the pursuit of something greater. By understanding the dynamics of the brain and taking a thoughtful, structured approach to cultivating discipline, you can unlock your true potential and achieve lasting success. The power of self-discipline lies not in the absence of challenges, but in the strength to overcome them consistently, step by step. Chapter 10. Nurturing creativity. Creativity is often regarded as a mystical gift that only a select few possess, but it is, in reality, a universal trait that can be developed, refined, and nurtured. To unleash your creative potential, you must first understand that creativity is not just about producing novel ideas or solving complex problems. It is about tapping into the core of your mind, allowing yourself the freedom to explore, imagine, and reimagine the world around you. Creativity thrives when it is given the space to flourish, and it requires a combination of curiosity, openness, and the courage to break away from conventional thinking. To activate your creative potential, you must begin by cultivating an environment where creativity can thrive. This involves not only your physical surroundings, but also your mental and emotional states. Creativity flourishes in a space free from judgment and rigid expectations. When you create a mindset that is open to exploration and learning, you allow yourself to think freely and embrace possibilities without fear of failure or rejection. This is the foundation of all creative breakthroughs, the willingness to venture into the unknown without knowing exactly what the outcome will be. One of the primary ways to nurture creativity is through regular practice. The more often you engage in creative activities, the easier it becomes to access your creative reservoir. Creativity is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Whether it is writing, painting, solving problems, or simply brainstorming, dedicating time each day to creative expression strengthens the neural pathways that drive innovation. Creativity, when practiced regularly, becomes a habit, a natural part of your thought process. It is also essential to break free from the routine and expose your mind to new stimuli. Creativity thrives in diversity. By stepping outside of your comfort zone and exposing yourself to new experiences, cultures, ideas, and people, you provide your brain with fresh input that can lead to new insights and connections. Traveling to unfamiliar places, reading books outside of your usual interests, attending conferences, or engaging in conversations with people who have different perspectives all contribute to the expansion of your creative horizons. The act of observing the world with a sense of wonder can also ignite the creative spark. Often, creativity is stifled when we become too focused on the practicalities of life or too set in our ways. To access deeper levels of creativity, you must train yourself to see things through a new lens. Simple acts of observation, such as watching how nature operates, noting the patterns in human behavior, or noticing details in the world that often go unnoticed, can inspire fresh ideas and perspectives. Creative thinking often begins with a question, a what if, or an exploration of how something works or could be improved. Another crucial aspect of nurturing creativity is embracing failure as an essential part of the process. Creativity is inherently unpredictable, and not every idea will work out as planned. However, failure is not a roadblock, but rather a stepping stone on the path to innovation. Each failure provides valuable information, helping to refine your approach and deepen your understanding. Rather than fearing mistakes, approach them with curiosity and the mindset that each one is an opportunity to learn and evolve. Collaboration also plays a powerful role in fostering creativity. When you work with others, you open yourself up to different viewpoints and methods of thinking. Collaborative environments allow for the exchange of ideas, the blending of different expertise, and the creation of solutions that no single person could arrive at alone. This type of collective creativity can lead to breakthroughs that might otherwise remain dormant in isolation. To truly foster innovation and out-of-the-box thinking, you must also develop the courage to challenge assumptions and defy conventional norms. Innovation often arises from questioning the status quo and reimagining how things could be done differently. It requires the audacity to look at existing systems, processes, or products and ask, is there a better way? The willingness to challenge conventional wisdom and explore new pathways is the hallmark of the most creative minds. It's equally important to create space for your mind to wander. Innovation often strikes during moments of relaxation or inactivity when the mind is allowed to roam freely. By taking time away from structured tasks and embracing moments of quiet, you invite the subconscious to process information and connect disparate ideas. Daydreaming, taking walks, or engaging in creative hobbies that don't have a clear purpose can be incredibly valuable for stimulating creative thought. These moments of unstructured time give your brain the freedom to think in new, unexpected ways. Another technique to foster creativity is through mind mapping or brainstorming sessions. When you let your thoughts flow freely without trying to immediately structure or judge them, you allow a greater diversity of ideas to emerge. You can organize these ideas later, but initially, the goal is to let your thoughts roam without limitations. This process often brings forth connections or ideas that would not have surfaced through linear thinking alone. By embracing these techniques and cultivating a mindset of openness, curiosity, and persistence, creativity becomes a powerful tool that can be harnessed in all areas of life. The key to unlocking your creative potential is not simply to seek out new ideas, but to remain open to exploring and refining those ideas with determination and an unrelenting commitment to growth. Creativity is not just about generating ideas, it is about transforming those ideas into tangible, meaningful outcomes. The more you allow your creativity to flow freely, the more you'll discover its potential to change the world around you. Chapter 11. Building Mental Endurance. Mental endurance is often the invisible force that separates those who achieve their goals from those who falter along the way. It is the ability to persevere even when faced with obstacles, fatigue, or doubt. This kind of endurance doesn't come easily, nor does it emerge overnight. It is developed through consistent effort, strategic thinking, and a deep understanding of the mind's capacity to adapt and grow. When building mental stamina, it is essential to not only recognize its importance, but to actively cultivate it through deliberate practices that strengthen the mind's resilience over time. Pushing through challenging tasks requires a mindset that embraces discomfort as a necessary part of growth. Every task, no matter how grueling or daunting, has the potential to be a stepping stone toward greater mental endurance. The key is not to avoid the discomfort, but to learn how to thrive in it. The discomfort that arises when pushing the limits of your capabilities is the very thing that sharpens your focus, enhances your problem-solving abilities, and builds your resilience. A critical aspect of developing mental endurance is learning how to manage your energy rather than simply your time. In the pursuit of a challenging task, it's easy to become consumed by the idea of reaching the finish line as quickly as possible. However, the most successful individuals understand the importance of pacing themselves, understanding when to push forward and when to step back for recovery. Mental endurance isn't about grinding through endless hours of work. It's about optimizing your energy for long-term success. By recognizing the moments when your focus and energy are highest and balancing them with periods of rest and restoration, you can maintain high levels of performance over extended periods. The brain, much like the body, needs regular exercise to build endurance. This means engaging in activities that stretch your mental limits, whether they be solving complex problems, learning new skills, or even practicing mindfulness to sharpen your focus. The more you challenge your cognitive abilities, the more resilient your mind becomes. Just like physical training, mental training must be progressive. It is important to start with manageable challenges and then gradually increase the difficulty as your endurance improves. This incremental approach ensures that your mind is constantly pushed just beyond its current capacity, allowing for growth without causing burnout. Another important strategy for building mental endurance is learning to break down larger, seemingly insurmountable tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. The sight of an overwhelming task can easily trigger mental fatigue, but by focusing on one step at a time, you can maintain clarity and reduce the sense of being overwhelmed. This approach not only makes the task more achievable, but also prevents mental exhaustion from creeping in. Each small win along the way provides a sense of progress and accomplishment, reinforcing the belief that the larger goal is within reach. Mental endurance also involves cultivating a sense of purpose that fuels perseverance through difficult moments. When you understand why you are doing something, when you connect deeply with your reasons for undertaking a challenge, it becomes easier to sustain effort over the long haul. Purpose acts as an anchor in moments of doubt, reminding you that the struggle is temporary and the reward worth the effort. A strong sense of purpose instills an unwavering commitment to pushing through adversity, even when the end result is distant or unclear. Resilience isn't solely about persistence, it also requires adaptability. The most enduring minds are those that can recalibrate when things don't go as planned. Instead of seeing setbacks as insurmountable obstacles, individuals with strong mental endurance view them as opportunities for adjustment and improvement. This ability to pivot, to assess and adapt strategies when the current approach isn't working, allows you to maintain progress without feeling stuck or defeated. Flexibility in your approach keeps the mind agile, capable of responding to challenges in creative ways. To reinforce this, it is important to incorporate self-reflection into your routine. Regularly checking in with yourself allows you to assess your progress, recognize any signs of mental fatigue, and adjust your approach accordingly. This practice of self-awareness creates a feedback loop that strengthens endurance by helping you stay aligned with your long-term goals, while also ensuring that you are maintaining a healthy mental state throughout the process. Moreover, Learning to stay present and focused during difficult times is a critical skill in building endurance. When working on tasks that require prolonged effort, it is easy to get distracted by the past or future, dwelling on past failures or worrying about potential future obstacles. However, endurance thrives when you focus on the task at hand, breaking the process into smaller moments that you can control. By staying fully engaged with the present, you can push through difficulties more effectively, allowing you to conserve mental energy and maintain motivation. Overcoming mental fatigue requires more than just physical breaks. It involves nourishing your mind with positive reinforcement, celebrating small victories, acknowledging your progress, and reinforcing your sense of self-worth along the way keeps your mental endurance strong. Acknowledging your efforts, even if the finish line is far away, helps you stay grounded and motivated. Positive reinforcement allows you to build momentum, gradually transforming the task at hand into an achievable goal rather than an impossible challenge. Building mental endurance is not a one-time event, but a lifelong practice. As you continue to cultivate your mental stamina, you begin to understand that true strength lies not in avoiding difficulties, but in the ability to rise above them day after day. The longer you sustain this effort, the more resilient your mind becomes. Over time, challenges that once seemed daunting will transform into opportunities for growth, and your capacity for enduring even the most demanding tasks will increase exponentially. Chapter 12. The role of sleep and recovery. The mind, much like the body, requires time to rejuvenate and repair itself. Without adequate rest, even the sharpest intellects falter. Cognitive performance is not merely a reflection of how much information one can process at any given moment, but rather of how effectively the brain can function after proper recovery. In the rush of modern life, it's easy to overlook the vital importance of sleep and recovery. But the truth is, these are the pillars on which peak mental performance stands. A restless mind, deprived of the deep, restorative sleep it needs, is like a car running on fumes. Eventually, it will break down. The connection between rest and cognitive function is undeniable. When we sleep, our brains are not idle. They are hard at work. Deep sleep stages enable the brain to consolidate memories, organize information, and clear out toxic waste products that accumulate during wakefulness. These processes are critical for learning, creativity, and overall mental clarity. Without proper sleep, this process is disrupted, and cognitive abilities such as concentration, memory retention, and problem-solving capabilities diminish. This is why someone who has not rested well the night before can struggle with even simple tasks, while someone who has gotten a full night's sleep is mentally sharp, able to tackle complex challenges with ease. However, it is not just the quantity of sleep that matters. The quality is equally important. Sleep cycles, including REM, rapid eye movement, and deep sleep stages, are designed to cater to different restorative processes within the brain. REM sleep is particularly critical for emotional regulation, problem-solving, and creativity. It is during this stage that the brain organizes and processes emotions, linking them with past experiences to gain new insights. A consistent routine that supports uninterrupted, high-quality sleep allows these stages to unfold properly, enhancing mental well-being and performance. Disruptions, whether from stress, poor sleep hygiene, or irregular sleep schedules, can prevent the brain from entering these vital stages of sleep, leaving you feeling mentally sluggish, disconnected, and unprepared for the challenges of the day. While sleep itself is critical, it is also essential to understand the broader concept of recovery. Recovery is not limited to the act of sleeping, but extends to how we recharge our mental energy throughout the day. Mental fatigue can accumulate from long hours of focus, decision-making, or problem-solving. Just as athletes need rest between intense training sessions, our minds require moments of respite to maintain optimal performance. Taking breaks, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in physical activities are all ways to promote mental recovery during waking hours. These moments of recovery allow the brain to reset, preventing burnout and ensuring that cognitive function remains sharp throughout the day. The importance of a healthy sleep routine cannot be overstated. Just like any other aspect of well-being, the consistency and structure of our sleep patterns play a crucial role in ensuring mental performance is sustained. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day aligns the body's internal clock, optimizing the brain's ability to rest, recover, and function at peak capacity. In a world full of distractions, technology, and social pressures, maintaining a disciplined sleep routine can seem like a daunting task, but it is one of the most powerful tools for mental success. The benefits of sleep extend beyond merely feeling rested. In fact, the mental clarity and focus gained from quality sleep lead to better decision-making, increased creativity, and more effective problem-solving skills. Individuals who regularly practice healthy sleep habits report feeling more energized, motivated, and able to approach challenges with confidence and optimism. This mental agility, cultivated through consistent sleep and recovery, can make all the difference when it comes to performance in both personal and professional domains. It is also important to note that stress plays a significant role in both sleep and recovery. High levels of stress not only hinder the quality of sleep, but also inhibit the brain's ability to recover properly during rest periods. Chronic stress can lead to anxiety, restless nights, and disrupted sleep patterns. Addressing stress through relaxation techniques, proper time management, and self-care practices ensures that sleep remains restorative and the brain can recover fully. Creating an environment that promotes restful sleep is another crucial element. A comfortable, quiet, and dark sleep environment signals to the brain that it is time to unwind and prepare for recovery. Simple adjustments such as limiting screen time before bed, maintaining a cool room temperature, and avoiding stimulating substances like caffeine or alcohol can dramatically improve sleep quality. The importance of these habits is often overlooked, but they can make a profound difference in how well rested and mentally sharp you feel the next day. Incorporating rest and recovery into your routine is not a sign of weakness or inefficiency, but a fundamental component of peak mental performance. Taking the time to ensure your mind is well rested and rejuvenated enables you to approach each day with energy, focus, and clarity. With this foundation of proper sleep and mental recovery, you are better equipped to face challenges, embrace creativity, and perform at your highest level. The brain's capacity to function at its best is intimately tied to the care and attention given to its most basic need: rest. Chapter 13. Nutrition for the mind. The body's performance is intricately linked to what it consumes, and the brain is no exception. Every thought, decision, and action begins in the mind, making it essential to fuel it with the right nutrients. Just as a high-performance machine requires premium fuel to operate at its best, the brain, too, demands specific vitamins, minerals, and nutrients to function at peak capacity. A balanced diet isn't just about filling the stomach. It's about providing the mind with the tools it needs to process information, solve problems, and remain focused throughout the day. The brain, despite being only a small part of the body, consumes a large proportion of our daily energy. It accounts for about 20% of our total energy expenditure, which means the food we eat has a direct and immediate impact on our cognitive abilities. Nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and B vitamins are known to have a profound effect on brain function. Omega-3s, found in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, are essential for maintaining the structural integrity of brain cells. These healthy fats are vital for forming the membranes of neurons and supporting communication between brain cells. A deficiency in omega-3s can lead to cognitive decline, memory issues, and difficulty concentrating. Antioxidants also play a significant role in protecting the brain from oxidative stress and inflammation, which can lead to cognitive deterioration. Foods rich in antioxidants, such as berries, dark leafy greens, and nuts, help neutralize free radicals that can damage brain cells and impair their function. Consuming a variety of antioxidant-rich foods promotes long-term brain health, keeping cognitive decline at bay and enhancing mental clarity. B vitamins, particularly B6, B9, folate, and B12, are crucial for brain health. They are involved in producing neurotransmitters, the brain's chemical messengers that regulate mood, memory, and thought processes. A deficiency in these vitamins can result in brain fog, poor memory, and mood imbalances. Whole grains, leafy greens, eggs, and legumes are excellent sources of B vitamins, helping to maintain mental clarity and emotional balance. Beyond macronutrients, micronutrients are equally important in supporting cognitive function. Minerals like magnesium and zinc help regulate brain activity, while vitamins like vitamin D influence mood and the brain's ability to process information. Magnesium, found in foods like spinach, almonds, and avocados, has a calming effect on the nervous system, reducing stress and promoting mental focus. Zinc is vital for memory formation, and a deficiency in zinc can lead to impaired cognitive function and even depression. Diet also plays a crucial role in regulating blood sugar levels. Consuming balanced meals that contain a mix of complex carbohydrates, lean proteins, and healthy fats stabilizes blood sugar, providing a steady supply of energy to the brain. Avoiding drastic spikes and crashes in blood sugar levels helps prevent fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating. Complex carbs, found in whole grains, legumes, and vegetables, provide slow-releasing energy, keeping the brain fueled throughout the day. Hydration, often overlooked, is another key component of brain health. The brain is made up of approximately 75% water, and dehydration can significantly impair cognitive performance. Even mild dehydration can lead to difficulty concentrating, poor memory recall, and sluggish thinking. Drinking enough water, particularly in the morning to kickstart hydration after hours of sleep, is essential for maintaining mental clarity. For those who find water unappealing, herbal teas or water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges can provide alternative hydration sources. The timing of meals also plays a role in brain function. Eating too infrequently or going too long without food can lead to dips in blood sugar, resulting in irritability and an inability to focus. Small, nutrient-dense meals spread throughout the day help keep the brain well-fed and primed for peak performance. Skipping breakfast, for example, can leave the brain scrambling for energy during the most crucial hours of the day. A balanced breakfast, rich in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, provides the initial fuel necessary to start the day with mental clarity and focus. It's important to remember that mental health and well-being are intertwined with the brain's physical health. Nutrient-rich foods can help balance mood, alleviate stress, and reduce symptoms of anxiety or depression. For example, foods containing tryptophan, such as turkey and bananas, help produce serotonin, a neurotransmitter responsible for regulating mood. Additionally, the gut-brain connection is growing in recognition, with research showing that a healthy gut microbiome can positively affect mood and cognitive function. Probiotic-rich foods such as yogurt, kefir, and fermented vegetables support a healthy gut, contributing to overall brain health and emotional well-being. Making conscious, informed choices about the food we consume is one of the most powerful steps we can take to optimize brain function. Just as athletes train their bodies with precision, we must learn to treat our brains with the same level of care and intention. Our minds can only perform at their best when we provide the right nutrition to fuel them. Chapter 14. Habits that sharpen the mind. The mind, like any skill, requires consistent practice and deliberate effort to stay sharp. Building habits that support cognitive health is not just a way to enhance focus and clarity. It's a commitment to fostering long-term mental well-being. These habits form the foundation of a strong, agile mind that can adapt, thrive, and perform at its best, regardless of the challenges it faces. The foundation of mental sharpness begins with morning rituals. The first moments after waking are crucial for setting the tone of the day. Engaging in activities that invigorate both body and mind can prepare you for the mental demands ahead. Practices like meditation, deep breathing, or journaling create a calm, focused space for the mind to start the day with clarity. Meditation, for example, has been shown to reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance emotional regulation. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing can create a state of alertness, clearing away the fog that might cloud your thoughts. Incorporating physical activity into your daily routine is one of the most effective ways to sharpen the mind. Regular exercise does far more than strengthen the body. It has a direct impact on cognitive function. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, supplying it with oxygen and nutrients that fuel neural activity. Physical activity also releases endorphins, which improve mood and decrease stress, allowing the mind to function more effectively under pressure. Activities such as walking, yoga, swimming, or strength training not only keep the body fit, but also improve focus, memory, and the brain's ability to form new neural connections. The connection between body and mind is undeniable. When one thrives, so does the other. Equally important is the role of continuous learning. Whether it's reading a book, solving puzzles, or engaging in new challenges, mental stimulation is a key element in keeping the mind sharp. Each new piece of information or skill acquired creates new pathways in the brain, enhancing cognitive flexibility and resilience. Lifelong learning ensures that the mind doesn't stagnate, but constantly evolves, adapting to new situations and challenges with ease. This could involve anything from picking up a new hobby to enrolling in a course that stretches your abilities. The key is to keep the brain engaged and curious. The mind grows stronger when it is constantly tested and exposed to new ideas. Nutrition plays a significant role in the clarity and efficiency of the mind. As we feed our bodies to maintain physical strength, we must also nourish our brains. Foods that support cognitive health, rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamins, become a daily ritual. Consuming nutrient-dense meals not only fuels the brain's function, but also helps maintain long-term brain health. Consistency in dietary habits can prevent cognitive decline and help sustain focus throughout the day. Small adjustments in what we eat, like adding leafy greens, nuts, or omega-3 rich fish to our meals, can lead to powerful improvements in how our minds operate. Another habit that sharpens the mind is ensuring sufficient rest and recovery. Sleep is not just a time to rest, but a crucial period during which the brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and repairs itself. Developing a healthy sleep routine that includes adequate rest and a consistent bedtime can have a profound impact on cognitive performance. The brain requires deep, uninterrupted sleep to maintain mental clarity and to recharge for the day ahead. Even small disruptions to sleep patterns can result in difficulty concentrating, poor decision-making, and decreased cognitive ability. Prioritizing rest is essential for maintaining peak mental performance and preventing burnout. Staying organized is a habit that supports both clarity and focus. The cluttered mind is often overwhelmed, unable to process new information effectively. Developing a routine of organizing tasks, setting clear priorities, and decluttering both your workspace and your thoughts helps reduce mental stress and frees up cognitive resources. When the mind isn't bogged down by unnecessary distractions, it can focus on what truly matters. Regularly reviewing goals, breaking tasks into manageable steps, and setting aside time for reflection ensure that the mind stays focused on long-term success rather than short-term distractions. Equally crucial is the habit of emotional regulation. Learning to manage stress and negative emotions is vital to maintaining mental clarity. Emotional turbulence can cloud judgment, reduce focus, and impede decision-making. Practices like mindfulness and self-compassion allow individuals to process emotions effectively, preventing them from taking control of the mind. Whether through meditation, deep breathing exercises, or simple acts of reflection, emotional control enhances cognitive performance, allowing the mind to remain calm, focused, and efficient. Finally, social interaction plays a significant role in mental sharpness. Engaging in meaningful conversations, connecting with others, and sharing ideas help keep the brain active and engaged. Social stimulation offers a unique form of cognitive exercise, promoting mental flexibility and enhancing problem-solving skills. Human beings are social creatures, and maintaining strong relationships and building supportive communities not only enriches life, but also fosters mental clarity and well-being. Sharpening the mind requires dedication and consistency. Each small action taken, whether physical, emotional, intellectual, or social, adds to the cumulative effect of cognitive growth. The mind thrives on positive habits, those that promote physical health, intellectual growth, emotional stability, and social connection. By intentionally creating and nurturing these habits, you ensure that your brain remains sharp, focused, and capable of achieving peak performance every day. Chapter 15. Staying motivated on the path to mastery. The journey toward mastery is not a linear one, but rather a dynamic and often challenging path. It is easy to start strong, fueled by initial enthusiasm and a clear vision of success. However, the true test comes when the excitement fades and the grind of daily effort takes hold. In those moments, when motivation wanes, the ability to reignite that drive and sustain momentum becomes essential. It is not the spark that defines success, but the ability to keep the flame alive through perseverance and strategic actions. One of the first keys to staying motivated is the establishment of a deep, personal connection to the goal. It's easy to get caught up in external measures of success, society's expectations, financial rewards, or praise from others. But true, lasting motivation comes from within. When your goals align with your core values, they become more than just tasks to check off. They become expressions of your personal growth and purpose. This intrinsic motivation creates a foundation that can withstand challenges and setbacks. You are not pursuing success for the sake of achievement alone, but because the journey itself resonates with who you are and who you are becoming. It is equally important to break down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Often, the daunting scale of a long-term goal can be overwhelming, leading to frustration and a loss of momentum. By segmenting the goal into smaller, actionable steps, the process becomes more approachable. Each small accomplishment acts as a reaffirmation of your capabilities and keeps the momentum moving forward. The progress may not always be dramatic, but these incremental wins accumulate over time, creating a sense of forward motion and reinforcing the belief that mastery is within reach. Consistency plays a major role in maintaining motivation. Motivation may fluctuate, but habits and routines help sustain momentum even on days when enthusiasm is lacking. Establishing a structured routine creates a sense of normalcy and discipline, making it easier to stay on track regardless of how you feel. Routines remove the burden of decision-making and ensure that the necessary actions are performed regularly. When motivation dips, your daily habits can still propel you forward. They become the anchor that keeps you grounded, even when the tides of motivation are low. Equally critical is the ability to recognize and celebrate progress along the way. It's easy to focus solely on the final destination and overlook the growth that occurs throughout the process. Celebrating small victories, whether it's a breakthrough in your learning or a simple step toward your goal, fuels continued effort. These moments of acknowledgement remind you of the progress you've made, reaffirm your abilities, and reinforce the value of the journey itself. The pursuit of mastery is not just about the end result, but about growing stronger with each challenge you overcome. When pursuing mastery, setbacks are inevitable. Challenges, failures, and unexpected obstacles are part of the process. The ability to remain motivated in the face of adversity comes down to resilience and perspective. Rather than viewing failure as a definitive endpoint, see it as an opportunity to learn, adjust, and refine your approach. Each setback is simply another step toward growth, providing valuable insights that can help you navigate the road ahead more effectively. This mindset allows you to move forward without being paralyzed by fear or discouragement, reinforcing your commitment to mastery. Accountability is another powerful tool in staying motivated. While the journey toward mastery is deeply personal, sharing your goals with others creates a sense of responsibility that can drive you to follow through. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a peer group, external accountability provides an added layer of support. Regular check-ins, discussions, or simply having someone to share progress with can reignite your motivation when it starts to wane. The presence of others, invested in your success, serves as a reminder that you are not alone on the path and that your journey matters. Moreover, surrounding yourself with inspiration and positive influences is vital to maintaining motivation. The people you interact with, the content you consume, and the environment you create all play a role in keeping your mind engaged. Being in the company of individuals who share your values and ambitions can provide encouragement and spark new ideas. Similarly, immersing yourself in literature, podcasts, or videos that speak to your aspirations can reignite your passion and remind you of why you started in the first place. The right sources of inspiration can offer new perspectives, infuse energy into your efforts, and provide the push needed to keep moving forward. As you continue on the path to mastery, it's essential to maintain a growth-oriented mindset. A fixed mindset can hinder progress by limiting your belief in your ability to grow, while a growth mindset allows you to embrace challenges, persevere through setbacks, and continuously improve. This mental framework fosters the understanding that no skill or achievement is beyond reach with dedication and effort. By focusing on the process rather than the outcome, you free yourself from the pressure of perfection and give yourself the space to evolve. Lastly, understanding that motivation is a fluctuating force rather than a constant can allow you to navigate its ebbs and flows with grace. Motivation is often highest at the beginning of a new endeavor or after a success, but it's natural for it to decrease over time. Recognizing this allows you to not only work when motivation is high, but also to keep moving even when it is low. Motivation is a tool, but persistence and dedication are the true drivers of progress. When you commit to the process, even on the days when motivation is scarce, you ensure that your momentum remains intact. Staying motivated on the path to mastery is not a matter of willpower alone. It requires a combination of self-awareness, consistent habits, resilience in the face of challenges, and a strong internal connection to your goals. The pursuit of mastery is a dynamic journey, one that demands both patience and discipline. But when these elements come together, motivation becomes not just an external force, but a deep, internal drive that propels you forward, no matter the obstacles ahead. Chapter 16. Measuring Progress. In the pursuit of excellence, it is not enough to simply push forward without reflecting on where you've been or how far you've come. Progress is not always linear, and growth may not always be immediately visible. In order to ensure that you are advancing toward your goals and refining your mental performance, it becomes essential to track your progress with purpose and precision. Understanding the trajectory of your development allows you to make necessary adjustments, celebrate victories, and maintain the momentum required for continued success. Tracking mental performance begins with defining what improvement looks like for you. Unlike physical achievements, mental growth is often subtler, manifesting itself in increased clarity, deeper focus, or enhanced problem-solving abilities. For some, it might be the ability to manage stress better, while for others, it could be the capacity to maintain sustained concentration over longer periods. Identifying these personal benchmarks allows you to measure shifts in your abilities, even when the change may not be dramatic. Rather than comparing yourself to others, measuring progress becomes about observing how you have changed and evolved within your own context. Once you have set clear benchmarks, the next step is to implement a system for tracking these changes. Keeping a daily or weekly journal can be a powerful tool. This doesn't have to be a complex record-keeping process, but rather a reflective practice where you document your thoughts, challenges, and moments of insight. These reflections can reveal patterns in your behavior, highlight areas of struggle, and provide clear evidence of growth. Over time, reading back through your entries can offer tangible proof of the mental shifts you have undergone, reinforcing your commitment to your goals. Moreover, journaling encourages a deeper level of introspection, enabling you to recognize subtle improvements that might otherwise go unnoticed. Incorporating objective measures, such as performance metrics, can also offer valuable insights. Whether you are tracking how long you can stay focused, the number of tasks completed, or how efficiently you solve problems, these quantifiable metrics help you assess your growth. While such measurements may vary depending on your specific goals, they serve as a useful way to benchmark your progress over time. It's important, however, to avoid getting fixated solely on numbers. True growth is multifaceted, and while data can guide your path, it is the qualitative aspects of development that often provide the most profound indicators of progress. Equally important to tracking progress is the practice of regular self-assessment. This process involves taking a step back and critically analyzing your journey thus far. Are you adhering to the habits that you set in place? Are your strategies working, or is there a need for adjustment? Self-assessment helps you stay aligned with your goals, ensuring that you are continually refining your methods and approach. It is not simply about recognizing areas of weakness, but also acknowledging strengths and reinforcing the actions that lead to success. Often, when individuals assess their progress, they become more aware of the mindset and habits that have been driving their results, allowing them to fine-tune their actions for more effective outcomes. However, tracking progress does not always mean there will be a constant upward trajectory. Setbacks and plateaus are part of any growth process, especially when pushing the boundaries of your mental performance. The key to assessing progress during these times is adopting a mindset that embraces growth through challenge. A temporary stall in performance does not mean you are not progressing. It could indicate that you are in the process of consolidating new skills or knowledge. Often, the most significant growth happens when we experience periods of struggle or stagnation, as it provides us with the opportunity to adapt and discover new methods for advancement. Feedback, both from within and from others, plays an integral role in measuring your progress. Seeking constructive feedback from mentors, peers, or colleagues can offer perspectives that you might not see on your own. External feedback helps you identify blind spots and uncover areas where you may have become complacent. Additionally, feedback from trusted sources serves as a mirror, reflecting your progress and providing a reality check. It is important to be open to this feedback, accepting it as an opportunity to grow rather than as criticism. Embracing feedback allows for continuous course correction, ensuring that you remain on track and aligned with your desired outcomes. Adaptation is a natural consequence of tracking progress. As you assess your growth and identify areas that require further development, the ability to adjust your approach becomes paramount. It's easy to become rigid in our methods, especially when we see some initial success. However, mental performance improvement requires ongoing evolution. If a strategy that once worked is no longer yielding results, it is time to pivot. This ability to adapt ensures that you don't get stuck in outdated practices, keeping your approach fresh and effective. Adapting your methods also prevents burnout, as it keeps the process of growth dynamic and engaging rather than monotonous. Finally, celebrating your progress is a crucial part of this process. It's easy to overlook milestones when you are focused on the next challenge, but taking time to acknowledge your growth, no matter how small, provides a sense of fulfillment. These celebrations, whether internal or shared with others, reaffirm the value of your efforts and remind you why you started in the first place. Celebrating progress fosters a sense of accomplishment, boosts confidence, and reinforces the positive behaviors that have led to your success. It also ensures that you don't lose sight of the journey itself, which is just as important as the destination. Tracking progress in mental performance requires a holistic and balanced approach. It is not just about measuring output or focusing solely on results. It is about recognizing the incremental improvements that happen over time, while also being flexible enough to adjust when things don't go according to plan. Through regular reflection, objective metrics, self-assessment, and feedback, you can remain attuned to your growth. Each adjustment you make ensures that you continue to progress, not just in terms of achieving goals, but in developing as a more resilient, adaptive, and high-performing individual. Chapter 17. The Future of Brain Training. The landscape of brain training is evolving rapidly, fueled by the confluence of technological innovation, deepened understanding of neuroscience, and shifting cultural attitudes toward mental health and performance. As we stand at the crossroads of these developments, the future of cognitive enhancement is poised to offer possibilities previously thought to be the realm of science fiction. The advancements we are witnessing are not just about improving how we think, but about reshaping our relationship with our own minds, unlocking new potential, and redefining what peak performance truly means. The integration of artificial intelligence, AI, into cognitive training is one of the most exciting frontiers. AI-powered tools are already beginning to revolutionize how we approach learning, memory retention, and decision-making. These technologies adapt in real time to the unique needs of the individual, offering highly personalized cognitive training. Unlike traditional methods where one-size-fits-all approaches often miss the mark, AI-based systems continually learn from your responses, adjusting the difficulty and type of exercises to maximize cognitive development. This adaptability means that mental training will become more efficient, tailored, and effective, guiding each individual toward their specific cognitive goals. Another groundbreaking area of brain training lies in neurostimulation techniques. These methods, such as transcranial direct current stimulation, TDCS, and transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, involve using electrical or magnetic currents to stimulate brain areas that are involved in various cognitive processes. Early studies have shown that these methods can improve memory, focus, and even problem-solving capabilities. While still in its experimental stages, the future promises a time when these technologies could be safely incorporated into everyday routines, offering direct brain enhancement in much the same way physical training enhances muscles. As research expands, we could see these techniques become more refined and accessible, allowing individuals to supercharge their mental performance on demand. Similarly, advancements in neuroscience are offering profound insights into the malleability of the human brain. Neuroplasticity, once thought to be most active in childhood, is now understood to continue throughout adulthood. The more we learn about how neural connections form and break down, the more we understand how to harness that knowledge for cognitive improvement. It is no longer about simply maintaining brain health, but about actively reshaping it, engaging in specific activities that encourage the growth of new neural pathways. This revelation is empowering people to take greater control over their mental abilities, creating an entirely new approach to training the mind. The growing body of research into brain health also emphasizes the role of lifestyle factors in cognitive performance. While traditional cognitive training often focused on exercises and mental games, the future of brain training is increasingly inclusive of holistic wellness practices. Diet, sleep, exercise, and mindfulness all contribute to optimal brain function. Emerging technologies are beginning to integrate these factors, offering personalized solutions that not only challenge the mind but nourish it. For instance, apps that combine cognitive challenges with sleep optimization or personalized nutrition plans could soon become the norm. This more holistic approach recognizes that the brain does not operate in isolation, but is intricately linked to the overall health of the body. The rise of wearable devices offers another glimpse into the future of brain training. These devices, already capable of monitoring physical activity and sleep patterns, are evolving to track mental states as well. Devices that measure brainwave activity, heart rate variability, and other biomarkers are already giving users insights into their cognitive well-being in real time. In the future, these tools could provide individuals with detailed feedback about their mental state throughout the day, offering suggestions on when to engage in deep work, when to rest, and how to optimize focus. The ability to understand and respond to our brain's needs instantaneously could fundamentally change how we approach productivity, creativity, and performance. Furthermore, there is increasing interest in brain training techniques designed to improve emotional intelligence and resilience. In the future, brain training will not just be about enhancing cognitive performance in isolation. It will be about cultivating a more well-rounded individual. This involves understanding how emotions influence cognitive processes and learning to manage them effectively. Emotional regulation is integral to optimal performance, as emotions often act as either a hindrance or a catalyst to mental abilities. Programs aimed at strengthening emotional intelligence, combined with cognitive training, will likely be a major component of mental performance enhancement in the future. People will not only be training their memory and attention, but also refining their capacity to navigate complex emotional landscapes, making decisions with greater clarity, and acting with more purpose. As we look to the future of brain training, it becomes increasingly clear that mental performance will be seen as a multidimensional pursuit. No longer will brain training be confined to memorization exercises or reaction time tests. Instead, it will become a dynamic and integrative process that encompasses all aspects of mental and emotional well-being. Technologies will enable more precise and individualized approaches, and the emphasis will shift from mere optimization of cognitive tasks to fostering a richer, more adaptable mind. The future will also see a greater democratization of brain training as these advanced tools become more accessible and affordable, allowing individuals from all walks of life to engage in serious cognitive enhancement. Staying ahead of the curve will require a mindset that is not only open to change, but eager to embrace it. The pace of innovation is accelerating, and with each new breakthrough, our understanding of what is possible expands. As individuals, it will be essential to remain curious and proactive in exploring these emerging technologies and approaches. Staying informed and adaptable will allow you to leverage the best tools available, ensuring that you are continuously improving your mental performance in alignment with the latest advancements. The future of brain training is not just about maximizing individual potential. It is about transforming our collective approach to mental well-being. It will redefine what it means to be mentally sharp, adaptable, and resilient. By embracing new technologies, refining our understanding of neuroplasticity, and taking a holistic approach to brain health, we will unlock a new era of human potential, one where the mind is not only a tool for surviving, but a vehicle for thriving. Conclusion. The journey to mastering your mind is not a destination, but a continuous, evolving process, one that requires dedication, patience, and a deep understanding of the powerful capabilities within you. As we have explored throughout this book, the mind is not a static entity. It is a dynamic, malleable force capable of growth, transformation, and resilience. The path to peak mental performance begins with acknowledging that you have the ability to shape your mind, just as you would sculpt any other skill. It involves unlocking the potential that lies within, overcoming limiting beliefs, and cultivating practices that nurture both cognitive and emotional well-being. Each chapter has revealed a new facet of this journey, whether it's the science behind how the brain functions, the power of thoughts, the importance of mental clarity, or how to foster habits that support long-term growth. From understanding the brain's inherent capacity for neuroplasticity to learning techniques that enhance focus, creativity, and resilience, you have been equipped with the tools to elevate your mental performance. However, true mastery comes not just from knowledge, but from consistent application. The real power lies in the practice, making small but meaningful changes in your daily life, gradually rewiring your brain for success. As you incorporate these practices, you will find that your mind becomes sharper, your emotions more manageable, and your ability to perform at your highest potential more effortless. The future of brain training holds limitless possibilities, and as new advancements unfold, so too will new opportunities for enhancing mental performance. It is up to you to stay engaged, curious, and open to these changes, always striving to learn and grow. As you continue your journey, remember that the key to mastering your mind is not about perfection, but progress, gradually and consistently pushing beyond your limits. In the end, the power to change, to grow, and to achieve peak mental performance lies within you. The tools, techniques, and insights provided here are meant to guide you, but it is your commitment, persistence, and belief in your own potential that will ultimately lead to success. Embrace the challenge, trust the process, and unlock the extraordinary power of your mind.